Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Gators will kick it away to start us off. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Cal's offense will go to work first. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Hand off from the shotgun. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Turning it on! They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
Now, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding? A lot of times, those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times, good things happen.
Makes the catch. Stop is made at the 36, but he picked up 10 on that one and has a fresh set of downs. And the Golden Bears come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Makes the grab. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Looking to throw again. And he'll chuck that one away and save the down. Nobody was able to get open. The noise is deafening, trying to make sure only the Gators get out of the swamp on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. And on fourth down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Smashes it between the uprights. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
And on this opening drive, the D gave up some yards, but that's okay. They buckled down when they needed to. They forced the field goal, keeping the home crowd still engaged, still excited, and now they get the football.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Florida's offense has the ball for the first time. And when these two guys are in sync the way they were a week ago, just a nightmare. It's a performance they hope they can repeat this week, Jesse.
And I think a big key in that last game was they linked up a couple times early, had some big plays, and a minute after...
And he is snowed under, sacked at the 7.
Well, it wasn't great field position to start with, and it's getting worse now. The defense gets a sack. They're getting aggressive up the field. They get to the QB, and they're sending a message.
Thomas looking to fire. He's going for a big play downfield. Oh, he dropped it, and what a missed opportunity early in this football game.
And the offense clearly saying, we want to take those deep shots. We want to be aggressive. And I think that's a good strategy because it makes the defense really honor what you're going to do. And just missed a little bit, but I wouldn't be surprised if this offense finds a way to come back to some of those deep balls.
Oh, a big decision here early as they leave the offense on the field in their own territory. They want to keep this opening drive alive. On fourth down, trying to find his man. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. The Golden Bears have it in scoring position on first and goal. Defense in press coverage. Takes a snap, wants to throw. It's incomplete and nearly intercepted in the end zone. You get the ball that close, you cannot put it in harm's way. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Looking to fire. Gets it out quickly. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
Well, short completion setting up third down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
A third and goal, and this defense feeling energy from the crowd. It's caught. And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. And they decide to try out the kicker. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. And the try is no good. Guys, a missed opportunity there. The lead is still 3. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those fourth down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. Thomas back to pass. Makes the grab. It's McKee. They'll stop him at the 24, and that brings up fourth down.
Really nice job by the defense there. You're trying to force the quarterback to throw the football in front of you and allow your guys to square up and make a tackle out in space. You got to force the ball carrier to do something special after the catch. Not able to do it there, so really nice.
Big man has it. It's a first down and more. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. The Gators come to the line with a new set of downs. Gives it on the option. Breaks into the open. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks with the first down. The Gator ground game is lurking in the murky waters, and it has been most effective.
Yeah, we've seen them in the past, man. When Florida's really, really cooking, they've got some good backs. They've got some good balance, but they've got some physical.
Going over the top. Intercepted, and now he's up to 14. Got room on the return. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. They'll snap it from the 37 for the first play of this drive. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Incomplete. Man, oh man, is that one this junior would love to have back. Behind the chains now on second and long. Off the play fake. Now adjusting.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them they'll get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. And the Golden Bears send out the punt unit. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Under fire. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Thomas looking to fire. Quick strike complete. Oh, he's got some space. Across the 40 out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move. The offense lines up at the 41 with a first and 10. Finds his man. It's short. And he's brought down after a to zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down. That's the end of the period, and Cal is on top. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we played one period. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. So first down here as they go back to work. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Wants to go up top. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. Got a man, it's short. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. The Gators with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Thomas back to pass. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Ball's at the 25. They're in field goal range, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. And the first guy couldn't get him, but the second one does, but not until he picks up the first down. And the Gators kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Gets it out fast. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back to pass. Got his man. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business for the 1st and goal. The Gators didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. And he was fortunate to get that one back to the line of scrimmage at the 5. No gain on the play.
And you hear about run blitzes. This is exactly what a run blitz is. When you know the ball's coming up the middle, you want to bring those linebackers, get them closer to the line of scrimmage, and fire. Right when the ball snaps, he's coming downhill, doing a good job creating a loss. That linebacker really knew what was going on. And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
You have to understand at home, it's really hard for a head coach to kick a field goal at this juncture after such a long drive. So many first downs. You've gotten right down to the...
Touchdown, Florida! They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession. A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I'll tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
And he's coming out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Use the play fake, now to throw. Gets rid of it. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through him. And guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
Love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and they've got a chance to lock this thing up before the break. This crowd unhinged, trying to make They'll try to run for it. It'll be a first down as he gets it to the 24-yard line. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Looking to throw on first down. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. Snags it on the right. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43.
Could that be the play that finally wakes them up? Just not a lot of good going on offensively here in this first half. They've only got 3 points to show for their efforts. They haven't been throwing it a lot, but they took a shot there. They've got a chunk play. Now they're in a position. They need to score a touchdown here before the half is over.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
They'll stop him at the 31. Let's mark it off at 5 yards, and that will be a first down. The Golden Bears come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. Got his man. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. And I think on that last completion, it was a good example of that.
Caught in the backfield, it's Finley. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. Back to throw time, running short in the half. Makes the grab. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. This crowd knows when to bring it. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And he curls that thing just inside the left upright. That brings them to within 1. So they put the field goal on the board and about to kick it away, and hoping that'll be the final points of this first half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Here comes the heat. Rolling right and going deep. He holds it in, and nobody's close. He goes out of bounds after the big play, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Let's see what that one's about. Some penalties hurt a little bit more or a lot more than other ones. That one wipes out a huge game. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. Makes the catch down the right side. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. They'll have just enough time to get 1 more snap before the half. Thomas looking to fire. A shot toward the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. What a scene there in Gainesville. What a fine college football game we've got. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's send it back to our men in the swamp.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. And the Golden Bears will kick it off to start the second half. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense. Or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
Fires to the middle. The short hands, it's Ncaa. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Looking to throw on first down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
The Gators are moving quickly down the field. Thomas back to pass. Got a man. It's short. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. And the Gators come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Might be changing the route. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Fires to the wideout. A strike downfield. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. The Gators had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
That's a ball that this offense should be able to complete. They had the coverage they wanted. Receiver ran on the route. Just an inaccurate throw by the quarterback.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. This time he's got his man. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. He wants to throw it again. Grabbed in the middle. It's Ncaa. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Gator! And these guys just score from anywhere out there. After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and they'll get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Cal gets it back. The sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. To the ground with the back. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
That's a really good job by the defense. Wrapping him up, getting him on the ground. Take away that run game. Make him one-dimensional, put him in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The noise is deafening, trying to make sure only the Gators get out of the swamp on third down. The throw to the outside is complete. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37. The Golden Bears come to the line with a new set of downs. To the air on first down. Hauls it in. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the first down. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50.
When you play zone coverage and you got a wide receiver that's a beast, it becomes very, very difficult. I got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
Touchdown, Cal! Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house.
And you can tell he trusts his big tight end. Airing the football way down the field, treating him like a wide receiver because you know he's going to go up, make the big play, get you in the end zone, score a touchdown.
They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And they capped off the drive with a big play through the air, scoring from 50 yards out. And he's going to try to return this one. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Off the play fake on first down. Looking for a big gain. Snatches it on the right. And I wasn't sure they were going to be able to catch him. They finally did, but they gave up a huge play. That is a highly efficient way to move the chains, and now they are threatening inside the 40. Running back searching for a hole. They're just trying to flex the muscle. They get him down at the 34 after a pickup of 4.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
And they make the tackle not before he gets the first down. Now let's see if they rush to the line or let the time run out here in the third. What a ride. It's been through the first 3 quarters of this game. We are all tied up. Let's check out some stats. These two teams about to find out what they're made of as we open the fourth all tied up. Final stands in the game, and we'll start with the first down. Here we go. They go to the ground. They're there to stop him at the 21 after a pickup of 2.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage and getting running backs on the ground.
Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it first and goal. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. Heftiness coming out on the goal line. Quarterback sneaking his way, tunneling and burrowing into the line. Touchdown, Florida! They move on top here in the fourth.
It's just so nice to have a signal backer who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Cal offense is headed back onto the field. They'll move the wide receiver. They'll start this drive going to the air. He's got his man, makes the grab. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Passing game kept the drive moving. Here's first down. The give to the tailback. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. They'll try to get it through the air. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. In search of that tying touchdown. They've moved the chains a couple of times. It's 1st and 10 again. Wants to go up top on first down. Quick completion on the out. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. And the Golden Bears have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The upset's been bubbling all day. Now at a full-fledged boil. Guys, see if they can finish it off.
Can the underdog hold on? That's the big question right now. They've done so many positive things in this game, David, to put themselves in position to win, but this is the critical moment where your execution has got to be at its best.
And sometimes you start thinking now, and you start letting that clock tick, and you stop kind of playing carefree. Keep doing what you've done all day long to build the lead. Finish.
Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Golden Bears! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Great job with the score. And listen, right here at this point in the game, there's still going to be time left. My defense is going to have to make a stand regardless. I'm going to kick the extra point because the field goal still beats me if I go for a 2-point conversion.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Miami is running away with this one, thanks to an offense that may get its own 30 for 30 after this one.
Power football with the run. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Home crowd not going to love it. You got to throw the ball to win this game. They do not like the play call with not a lot of time left in the game.
Fires to the big fella. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this 3rd down play. Clock running. Thomas looking to fire. Makes the grab. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Quarterback making checks. Wants to throw on 1st down. Pulls it in. It's Key. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Timeout on the field, and everybody want to make sure they're organized as we come down the gut of the game. I think they'll be aggressive here and try to win it in regulation. Now the play fake. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be 3rd down.
And obviously that wasn't a great play for this offense, but the defense did their job. They flushed him outside the pocket. But nothing worse than getting tackling in bounds or throwing it for a 4-yard gain, letting that clock tick. Nice job throwing it away, saving as much time as you can.
How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the 1st down?
And they've trusted their QB to throw the football. And he's going to have to make plays. He's made plays throughout the day. This is now when you come up clutch in a big moment when your team needs it. If that's any indication, I like what I'm seeing.
The Gators will have it 1st and 10.
This quarterback has been really good today. Has been on top of it, seeing things really, really well. That pass right there put him over the 300-yard mark. That's a pretty good day.
Fires to the tight end. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the 1st down. Good, solid pickup on that play. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Quickly out to the tight end. Timeout is called by the offense. They have 14 seconds left.
Well, the tight end shows off his speed. See his ability there to separate from the defender trying to cover him on that drag route.
Snap's going to come from the 23 on 1st and 10. Thomas back to pass. It's complete. They get him out of bounds right at the 5-yard line, and that one might have saved the touchdown. And the Gators trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. From right in the center of the field, straight on to win the game. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. They have grabbed the lead in the waning seconds of the game, and they are so close to victory. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. No more room to run. They make the tackle right there, and the clock is at 0, and that's how this one will end. With the win today, they're now bowl eligible, and that's certainly worth celebrating, at least to some degree, wouldn't you say, guys?
Yeah, listen, at the start of the year, there are a lot of goals that get put up on the blackboard. Reaching a bowl game is one of them. So now you can go ahead and check that off. But if you're this football team, you're not celebrating that tonight. You're looking to build on this win moving ahead because they've got bigger goals down the road, Dave.
They do, and they've shown you some good flashes throughout the season, man. Some moments that really say this team could be really good. And so I think you continue to improve. You know at the end of the season, I get to take a vacation. Wherever the bowl game is,